Hey there, it's Kristen. Hope that you're having a lovely day so far. Today's video is a good old-fashioned love reading, and I want to focus on how the other relationships in our life are affecting our relationship or are seeking a relationship. So we're going to go through friends, family, and of course the relationship with ourself, which is the most important one of all, and the one that leads us to the greatest partnership, right? So I hope that you will subscribe. I would love it if you would be a member of the community. It would mean so much. I hope that you will like this video and you will claim it in the comments below on those things that are resonating with you. So let's get to it. Again, a deep breath. I'll do it with you. Grounding in, feeling your feet on the floor, your butt in your seat. Kind of acknowledging the heart space. Breathing into the heart, knowing that everything that I'm saying and everything that you're intuiting is intermingling, that your inner knowing, your inner guidance system is mingling with everything that I'm saying, and it is creating the message that is tailored for you today, that your gut is the most important thing of all, and that I am here merely just to channel and to give a little bit of guidance to help spark that trust and that confidence in your own intuition. You are your own first healer and guide. All right, let's get to it. All right, so what's going on with the relationship that you have with yourself and in partnership? Okay, so we have the Four of Pentacles. So there's a certain degree of you protecting the heart space, of you sort of holding, your cards close to your chest, here there seems to be a bit of an inner struggle with, okay, I've got it, but I'm kind of drowning at the same time. Like, I've got all this, I did all this, I've created this abundance, but I feel like I'm not so safe right now. So what makes you feel safe in your life? What people around you that you can bring in around you? We might get to that as we go through these relationships, because it could be that some of the safety is with some of the people in your life, right? So what makes you feel safe? What makes you feel secure? What inner resource do you have within yourself? And you may not know the answer to this question, because when someone asked me what my inner resources were the first time, I drew a blank. It was like I had to get curious and go on a bit of a journey with what exactly are inner resources? What are they really? What are they to me? It could be your relationship with nature makes you feel abundant and safe. It could be you love to cook, and that makes you feel creative and sensual and grounded, and like you're nourishing yourself. You love to go to the gym and work out or go to yoga. The yoga community is a community of people that you feel that you resonate with. And in resonating with the people in that yoga class, you know that there are deeper relationships in which you can have also resonance. And the Two of Pentacles. So it is the balance between not giving up too much of yourself for others. You always have a choice in every relationship, and in every single time, you meet someone or you bring someone into your life, you can change your mind. You never have to feel like you're at a place of scarcity. And if you feel scarcity, it could be tapping into or getting curious about what those inner resources are, again, that you have within yourself. Those tried and true friends that you know are always going to be there for you. Because there's something that I keep tapping into, where it's sort of like, okay, I haven't been on a date in 6 months, and I'm dating someone and he's not quite right, but we get along well enough and the sex is good, and who knows, maybe it'll get better, or maybe, that irritating thing will go away, or maybe the fact that, I'm just not passionate about this person, even though I have a good time. There seems to be like you're afraid to do it alone, or you're afraid you're going to be alone. And when you have yourself, you have the most important thing, but it's really hard because it's like, yeah, but Kristen, I also want a partner. I mean, we all do. But that feeling of wholeness that we have within ourselves, that we are our own best friend, that it's like you can really look at yourself and be like, yeah, I love myself. Then it'll begin to loosen things up. You'll begin to, feel more resourced and feel a little bit more innerly abundant, so that it's not like, I got to get somebody, because if you're with someone or dating around just because you're sick and tired of being alone on a Saturday night, that's not going to feel satisfactory either. I mean, it may for a little bit of time, but then overall, it's just going to feel like, I mean, you're better off having a glass of wine with yourself than, I don't know how many times I've heard people say, well, who knows? Like, I'm going to do it, even though I have an instinct that I don't want to go on this date or I don't want to meet this person. I mean, who knows? Maybe they're the one. And it's, again, not about being picky, because I know some, could be like, oh God, I'm so sick of having bad dates, I don't want to go on another one. That's an issue as well. But this is more like, like I'm feeling something, like we've been texting back and forth and I'm ignoring a creepy thing. I'm texting back and forth and, the conversation is great, but they keep asking me for a nude, or can you send me, maybe it's not a nude. Although I had a girlfriend where the guy was like, he lived 20 miles away and I live in LA where there's a lot of traffic, and he made this joke about, oh, come on, send me a nude, I'm going to go in traffic. I mean, even in jest, those things aren't cool. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, well, maybe what doesn't bother some people doesn't bother some people, but if it bothers you, it bothers you, and it shouldn't matter what anybody else says. So thinking about what anybody else says, let's look at how your work environment or people around work could be affecting. I'm going to grab that one for you since it's split. How the work environment is. So King of Cups, there could be somebody that you feel very emotional about at work, or somebody could be very emotional about you. I just want to grab something else. And then we have the 10 of Cups in reverse. So the first thing that's coming to me is somebody wants to get a divorce, or somebody might be getting a divorce, or somebody's thinking about getting a divorce. And what wants to come through is, it feels good to flirt, or to feel like you're having a nice chemistry with somebody. And it's somebody at work. Oh, but with the moon in reverse, I mean, it's a cliche, never date anybody at work. But, I mean, all kinds of things happen, and people do meet people through work, or, if you live in a large building, you're on the 10th floor and they're on, the first floor. You know what I mean? I am somebody who never wants to put anything out of the realm of possibility. But in this particular case, you probably don't want to date this person at work, or you don't want to pursue this person. The strongest thing that's really coming through here is, there might be somebody that you have a nice connection with them. They have a sensitivity. They could be a very creative person. But they are somebody who, again, it's about playing their cards close to their chest. It's like there's this potential for a lot of emotion, but it's like they're standing behind, walking away from all the water and the element of the emotion. It's sort of like, it's like they love the idea of having something satisfactory and loving and emotional, being able to connect, emotional intimacy. And I want to say emotional intimacy because regardless of what physical chemistry is going on, what kind of fire is going on, what kind of passion and, verbal foreplay and all that is going on, there is this emotional potential that is very, very real, that you don't have in your head and they don't have in their head. And no matter what anybody else is saying, it's actually there. But this person may not be ready to dive in. So often it's like, God, I don't meet a lot of people that I have this kind of connection with, but this situation is not ready. If this is you, you're not ready. Let's move on to the family. How is your family affecting your relationship, or relationship that you seek? Okay, so we have the 4 of Cups. The first thing that comes to mind is somebody wants to introduce you to somebody that they know. Like a family member knows somebody, or, your mom wants you to join the singles club at the church, that kind of thing. And it's kind of like I'm oh so bored of that, or I know maybe you already know who they want to introduce you to some degree. They keep saying, so and so from high school keeps calling you, or my friend from work has a son, you know, that kind of thing. And with the Eight of Wands, look, what you know what you know. In the Eight of Wands in reverse, it's not feeling right. You don't want to feel pushed. It doesn't feel right to you. That community that the person, a family member is doing it out of love. It's pushy and it's not landing, or they don't mean to be pushy. Even if they are not being pushy, it somehow feels pushy to you and you want to turn away and not even look at it. Hold on. Okay, I just want to make sure that, because sometimes we're like, no. I mean, I had my aunt and uncle set me up with someone from my uncle's work once, and it was like, no. And they kept saying, give it a try, give it a try. There just was nothing there for me. I just couldn't. But sometimes, we're so upset, or that person is so not our normal type, that we're not quite giving it the chance that maybe we should, but not in this case. It just feels like, it just feels a little bit empty. So if you have a family member that wants you to, do the singles club at their church, or, they know of a great singles group, or they want you to join the soccer club because they just want to set you up with someone, pass it. But what I do want to say is, don't always be open to it as well, because there could be somebody offering you an opportunity that actually does work for you. So it is on an individual basis. You shouldn't assume that everyone at the church single is going to be some boring person. Hey, they might be like you and kind of just, there, and you might meet somebody cool, but not this time. And friends. What's up with the friends? How are the friends? How are the friends? Their friends, your friends. How are friends influencing your love life? The lovers. So you probably meet a lot of people through your friends, or there's potential to really meet a lot of people through your friends. There's a lot of choice in, being and going out with your friends. And even if it's girlfriends that you're going out with and you're just hanging out here or there actually is real potential to meet someone. Now, if you're saying in the past, you've done the thing, my girlfriends and I, we went to the museums, we went to the comedy clubs, we didn't want to meet anybody, we were just doing it for fun, really, and there was nobody there, and I've been doing it for 5 years, do it again. Because you have new groups of friends now, or there are new groups of friends that you have access to. It feels like in the past you've tried to let your friends know that you're interested, or do they know anybody? Do their boyfriends know anybody? It hasn't quite worked in the past, but there's something about another coming around and there being choices of being once you're around your friends. This could also be the case that being around your friends makes you feel so darn good about yourself that it's affecting every aspect of your life, including because you feel so fulfilled with your friends. You feel like there's such community. They really, such belonging. There's such, a feeling like, I feel good about my life, and therefore this sort of dependency or, neediness, or needing to go out on dates because you're not doing anything. Maybe you don't go out on Saturday night with your girlfriends, but you went out on Thursday night and you had a fantastic time and you're happy to watch a movie by yourself. It's about a full life and choice in your life, choices in every aspect of your life. With the Fool in reversed, you don't see you the way your friends see you. And it's asking to start, it's like your own reset on how you feel about yourself and how you feel about the choices you have in your life and about the decisions you're making and who you want to hang out with. Think of the people that love you, like your friends, even if there's only one tried and true, one person that you feel utterly safe with, that you can be vulnerable with, and how that person, how they see you. And really, it's almost like write those qualities down. Look at them. because that's who you are. That person that you trust the most teaches you how to trust you yourself the most. And with the Six of Pentacles, there is reciprocity. Reciprocity in all of our relationships, it's an absolute must. I think when there is reciprocity, there can be that trust, there can be that willingness for everybody to feel vulnerable, and with vulnerability comes intimacy. If you've got that friend that always wants to be the coach, you know what I mean, and you feel like you're her fixer-upper, because that can happen. And it's almost like she feels, or they feel better about themselves because of how they feel they can help you. Or vice versa, you're the one who's constantly giving and giving and giving and giving and giving to the point where you don't even feel comfortable receiving. So this is just a little bit of self-awareness around reciprocity. And when we can practice having reciprocity with our friends, it helps us to have reciprocity with our intimate partners, with our romantic partners. And that reciprocity, that being able to have balance, is part of a healthy, happy, peaceful relationship. That's about thriving and not just surviving. It stands the test of time, and it can go up and down the waves in the ocean. Thank you. Please subscribe. I would love it. I'm new on YouTube, and it would mean the world to me to have you a member as my community. Here we talk about all things self-awareness, personal growth, and healing in a hopefully very fun way. And my cat's in the background. They're having a fight. I have twins. I love you. Please tell me what resonates with you in the comments. Please give me a thumbs up. Mwah. I will see you soon. Bye.